Class 1 hazardous locations are defined by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, as areas containing flammable gases or vapors in sufficient quantities to be explosive or ignitable under normal operating conditions. These areas can also include locations where leaks, spills, or ruptures could release flammable gases or vapors, and areas within 18 inches of a Class 1 source of ignition. When considering a fuel processing plant where above-ground fuel tanks and equipment for the transfer or mixing of fuel takes place, these factors are critical in determining the extent of hazardous locations and the necessary safety measures. Based on the description provided, the equipment for the transfer or mixing of fuel is a potential source of flammable gases or vapors. Therefore, the area within 18 inches of this equipment is considered a Class 1, Division 1 hazardous location. This classification necessitates specific safety protocols and equipment designed to prevent ignition of flammable substances. The electrical service and controls, located approximately 50 feet away, are not within the Class 1 hazardous location. However, they are still subject to certain requirements to ensure safety. Ventilation is crucial in preventing the accumulation of flammable gases or vapors. The area must be adequately ventilated to avoid creating a hazardous atmosphere. Proper ventilation can reduce the risk of flammable gases reaching explosive concentrations. Bonding and grounding are essential for preventing static electricity discharge. All equipment and piping must be properly bonded and grounded to minimize the potential for static sparks that could ignite flammable vapors. Since the electrical service and controls are not located within the Class 1 hazardous location, they do not need to be explosion-proof. However, they should be rated for the environmental conditions present, such as weather resistance and temperature extremes. Selecting equipment that can withstand the outdoor environment is important for reliability and longevity. Pricing considerations for the service and controls will depend on several factors. Firstly, the size and complexity of the electrical system will impact the cost. Larger and more complex systems require more materials and labor. Secondly, the distance from the power source will affect the cost. Longer distances may require additional wiring and conduit. Thirdly, environmental conditions, such as extreme temperatures or corrosive atmospheres, may necessitate specialized materials and equipment. Finally, labor rates in the area will also influence the overall cost. It is recommended to consult with a qualified electrician to determine the specific requirements and pricing for the installation. A professional electrician can assess the site, identify potential hazards, and provide accurate cost estimates. Understanding the classifications and requirements for Class 1 hazardous locations is crucial for ensuring safety and compliance in fuel processing plants. By implementing appropriate ventilation, bonding, and grounding measures, and by selecting equipment rated for the environment, the risk of explosions and fires can be significantly reduced.